You ever feel stuck with your psychic gifts? Kind of like you're in Mercury retrograde, you can't defog. And yes, it's funny that this is the fog I'm walking in. But like there's been several methods to get out of it. And I keep forgetting. And I was just thinking about there was one where it's kind of like with your ears, you can think of it as like a volume dial, and you can even like think about the satellite, having the satellite dish, your personal satellite dish up there in the sky, and there's this giant thing that can pick up stuff, and then you can turn the volume up and down as needed, and you don't have to keep it on high. You can bring it back down, just like listen to music where I don't know. Why did I think about the emergency thing? Like when the fire trucks or police and you have to turn it down. Yeah, actually, that kind of makes sense. Sometimes if life throws you too many things, you might be turning it down too, and you don't realize you've done it. Because I was thinking back to my childhood and how I've known I've had these, but I came from it from fear because of family and friends, and then I had to learn to turn it back up, so to speak, not on but back up. And every now and then I wonder why there's like a halt or a pause, or why is it so silent. And yet recently I've been saying I need the silence, I crave the silence. And so even this, but it's not, even if it's silence, there's other stuff, there's images, and I think I haven't been paying attention to that. And I think we have more than one so-called gift, just like you go out in the world and you've got your eyes, your ears, your sense, your knowledge. So all the clairs are there. One might be stronger, one might be more, I don't know, I don't want to say favored as in like your favorite, but just more heavily used, kind of like if you're more right-handed than left-handed, that kind of thing. And I was just thinking about earlier, I literally did like the bicycle little gesture, when you gear shift, and except I was like gear shifting with the bigger chain than the smaller gears. Yeah, that's the word. And it's kind of like if you're going uphill, gear shift down. I don't know. I do it now and I'm like, what is it that I do? I just know I naturally do it. So anyways, yeah, so versus, when you're flat or downhill, you gear shift again, right, accordingly. Terrible explaining that, sorry. And then I just thought about last night, or even yesterday, no, this weekend even, I was just kind of coasting, but not coasting, if that makes sense. Like, I've been stressed out. I've not been doing a lot of stuff lately, and I've been finally going out lately. On Saturday, went for movie and lunch, and then yesterday met with in-laws, not just parent in-laws, but just in-laws in general, and had a good breakfast actually. And it was a long breakfast. It was nice because I realized, man, I've come a long way, and this basic conversation kicked in where even if I'm not speaking it, I'm freaking understanding it. It's so pleasant. And I realized later, like, how much I understood. Oh my gosh, when I first met them, I was just so embarrassed. Like, there were so many things I didn't understand. I had to keep asking my husband, like, help me out. What are they saying? And then it's hard for him because he's trying to enjoy the conversation. And it's like, a little bit disruptive to be the interpreter, I guess is the word. But yeah, I was just thinking about last night when all these images flooded, both the so-called bad and as well as the good. But I just mainly was just enjoying how vibrant things are and how there's so many things I saw that I don't know if I want to call them creatures per se, but it just kind of made me think about, because I watched Hail Mary, and the alien is this rocky looking crab, I guess, or this crab that's rocky. Well, yeah, anyways. And in my image, I was seeing potentially, I guess, a variety of alien life, not just like alien life in terms of like the equivalent of a human species, do you know what I mean? But also in terms of the plants. Yeah, even the plants were different. It was kind of crazy, and how much we feared the so-called darkness. And like a lot of the image coming at me were more black, or more like dark, like really dark purple to the point of black. And it was these big things, and they looked like tentacles that were about to grab me, for instance, you know, and tentacles of either the alien species, you know, the human version of it, or the plant version of it, you know. It's so hard to explain what I saw, because it's stuff I've never seen before. And even now I was enjoying it more than I was trying to record it yesterday. And plus I was about to fall asleep, so I definitely didn't want to reach for my phone. So now this morning, it's like I kind of forgot most of it, which is fine. But I enjoyed, like I said, just how vivid and vibrant, as if I was there. And for the first time, I didn't fear, and I was a little hesitant to supposedly welcome, because I wasn't sure what I was welcoming. And that's just the LA girl in me, just being overly cautious. Like, who am I welcoming? What am I welcoming? Why am I welcoming? But I just thought, like, man, what if every day I just shared a little story of what I just saw? And if it has meaning behind it, great. If it doesn't, okay too, you know? And who knows why? I am definitely in the I don't know who, what, where, why, how. And so I'm back to rambling. And I did say, well, either this channel or one of my other ones was going to be one of those, until I guess I figure it out. It's been a long time of figuring it out, and I know I feel a little rushing with it. I feel a little rushing with a lot of things lately. But how do you rush the unknown? You know, how do you rush? Like, it's sort of not me to be rushing into things without the plans and the details. But I can feel out of desperation that I'm rushing. And yet, when these pictures, they were coming at me, it used to feel like overwhelming to see so many images, so many of these unknown to me images coming at me. Sounds like an owl, but I can't see where the owl is. But the fog, and it's still not dawn yet. But yeah, so I am gonna try to work through, like, what can I do to see, hear, and all that stuff more clearly again, but yet also not burn myself out doing it, you know, to remember there's a dial up, dial down. Sometimes it's consciously picked, sometimes it's not consciously picked, right? So that's it for now. I don't have a real message aside from that, and maybe someone needed to hear too that they're not the only one that's in this fog and yet going through it.